It is time to check out episode 3 of Coming From America. We open on the Kellys. Gerald is supposedly here to build his comedy brand, but his immediate concern seems to be getting Hunter out of the way so he can get some separated wife loving.
Okay, so you got to stop being afraid. People are beautiful. This is a beautiful town. You got to embrace this country.
But Hunter's not trying to hear it and wants to go home.
I miss my friends, my school. Just want to go back to America.
Then Gerald remembers the other objective. So he and Lamara want to hear the boys' material, starting with Joshua.
Do your jokes. Let's see what you
What
got.
you got? Just give me like 2 jokes. That's it.
Identity theft. What if the wrong person oh, shoot.
This blackout gives Gerald yet another opportunity to annoy the viewing audience with what he thinks is comedy.
So you made the power go off.
How did I do that?
That joke ain't funny.
You know, I'm having a hard time deciding who is more annoying, Gerald or Elaine. But Gerald is definitely doing his best to claim that title.
And I didn't know that January to April is summer season in Ghana. They said 34 Celsius. I'm like, it's cold in Africa? I got a fur coat in my luggage that refused to come out the suitcase.
I can't. Gerald, just stop. Stop. Let's go to the Smileys. Mother-in-law Carol has left, and with the kids in school and Gabe at work, Elaine is searching for some sort of purpose. She starts by meeting with Alicia for a trip to the market, and I have got to point out how glammed up Alicia is, now that she knows she's being filmed. Alicia and Elaine get on a bus to the market, and Elaine immediately starts tripping.
Oh my goodness. Let me put my regular glasses on so I can see what's happening.
Okay.
I have to turn my rings in just in case. It's safe, right?
Dude is looking like, yeah, it's safe. Now give me those rings you just turned inside. Elaine then makes her case for being the most annoying person on this show.
This is going really fast, Alicia.
Yeah, that's how I move.
Okay, but this is a roundabout now. You have to be safe. Oh my God, look how fast he's going. He's not even putting on his signals. Oh my God, why is he going faster?
I'm pretty sure the driver was going extra fast just to get Elaine's annoying ass off of his bus. They finally reach the market, and apparently Elaine thought the production team was going to set up a private shopping time because she will not shut up about the crowd.
Yeah, I don't want to get lost. It's very crowded. There's so many people, so many moving parts. You have to stay with me, Alicia. Remember, you're walking with me.
On top of that, Elaine is whining about not being rich in Zambia.
Now I'm living in Zambia on a budget, and it's kind of sucks.
And that she has to be cost conscious while she shops. Poor baby. Back to the Kellys, who are stepping out for an expat party hosted by Tony and Io, owners of the Ghana Expat Service. You know, these two really seem to be flourishing here.
They've got a successful tourism business.
I live here. I watch all.
No, why you been all this time? You just now coming to reach out to me, man.
They're doing great things in Ghana. They have a ton of contacts. Their events be popping.
And I wouldn't mind seeing them have their own segment on the show. They have to be less annoying than Gerald. The kids eat some cake while Gerald and Lamara network. Maybe something will come out of this.
I have a couple friends who have some lounges, and the owner of Kahaya Lounge here in Accra has a need for a new type of entertainment, so he was very open to it.
But of course, at some point, these club owners are going to actually hear Gerald's jokes. That could kill the deal. On to the Davis family. Julia acknowledges her twins are struggling a bit.
Jordan and Trevor, they're pretty much trying to adjust, but they be up at night talking to their friends.
I knew it was going to be a slow process for the twins to open up. It's going to take a moment for them to actually process everything.
She looks to her oldest son, Dion, to help the twins with their transition. Welcome back to the show, Dion. We've barely seen you. Dion gives the boys some Big Brother knowledge and gets them on board to support their mom in her quest.
Let's go out the country. Let's take that chance. It's cool to take chances.
Damn, Dion, I felt that one. Back to the Smileys, or rather, Elaine. She finds a boutique where she can do some high-end shopping.
I like doing all of the high-end things, yeah.
Wait, weren't you just saying how you needed to economize? Mixed signals, Elaine. She then spouts some nonsense about her past life.
I was the it girl at one point. Like for a good 3 years, I remember me going to the party and everyone was like, oh, who is she?
And tries on some clothes while basking in the attention of the store clerks who are very aware they are being filmed. Gabe gets real about the Smileys' money situation.
We went from 2 stable incomes down to one that's much less than either of ours before.
Then we get a look at the economic realities of life in Zambia.
We're finding that Zambia is very expensive.
Way more expensive than we thought. Groceries here cost more than they do in the U.S.
Gabe is very clear about how he'd like to solve the financial issue.
We need a little more money, and she needs to make it.
Getting back to the Davises, Julia is taking the family, minus Dion, on a tour in hopes that her twins will warm up to life in Ghana. All this tour seems to accomplish is Julia complaining about traffic.
I'm not really happy about all this traffic out here in Accra. It's giving me a little bit too Los Angeles.
And Joni getting angry. So I think it's safe to say
It's starting to feel like everything was just a big mistake.
the mission was not accomplished. Okay, back to the Kellys and Gerald.
Why is it so quiet?
It was until you started talking.
Hunter sums it up for all of us.
You got jokes, Dad. But they're not funny.
There is a bit of good news, courtesy of Lamara, the manager.
I meant to tell you, Tony spoke with the owner of Kahaya, and you guys are all set.
She wants to make sure her team is ready, so they start strategizing.
This is your first show in Ghana. Let's go through your jokes.
All right. Well, of course, we have ADD.
Joshua wants to rely on his regular material, but
What is ADD?
I don't know if they're gonna work for this audience out here. Talk to the locals.
Okay.
this woman is wise. Listen to her.
Where these goats come from? I love Ghana, but there's too many goats here.
Last time I saw a goat in my house. I'm like, where'd you get that from?
You gotta make that joke funnier.
See? Listen to her. She knows of what she speaks. Over to Gabe, who, despite talking about how tight money was, is out golfing in a club that does not look free. His golf buddy, who is himself an expat from Australia, seems to be a pretty chill guy and is actually kind of funny.
You brought a dog from America?
Yeah, man.
Are you crazy?
4G.
What I would have done is I would have got the same dog here.
Get the same version.
And said, listen, it just flew in.
After 9 holes of golf and a few beers, Gabe starts to transform into a husband from the 1950s.
She makes it seem as she's super busy, but she's not working, so I'm trying to figure out how you can be so busy. How can it be such a hard job if you got the maids helping you out?
Gabe, I see what you're dealing with in Elaine, but man, it is hard to be on your side when you say shit like that. Elaine's job prospects in Ghana look challenging at best.
It's hard to get jobs in Ghana.
There's kids working at the water depot with
master's degrees.
And things are further complicated by Elaine's field of expertise.
You know, she worked in healthcare. She was doing organ donations.
Like, people are so superstitious.
No, they won't give it.
No one would want anyone else's heart.
She does manage to get a lead on a position, but
It's a volunteer job, and I will not get paid.
so they won't exactly be anytime soon. Over to the Davises. Julia is searching for peace and balance, and is also searching for some answers.
Will we actually make it through?
We quickly go back to Elaine, and Julia and her family are barely getting any screen time this week. Elaine ended up getting the volunteer position.
I got a position at My Zambia, My Responsibility, working with youth development.
And, of course, she doesn't start off very humbly.
Can I get...
We see a bit of her workday.
We do a lot of youth education and mentorship.
Damn, those hips are working. After Elaine gets massacred on the dance floor, no girl, don't clap for that. She has a bit of a scare.
Can I pause and really need to get water? I really feel fainty.
Yeah, you can come out.
Thanks.
Hey,
guys.
Hey,
Come on.
Oh, yeah.
They take her to the hospital, give her an IV, and all is well once again. It's back to the Kellys, and For a family that is supposedly here on business,
Try to find me a little African queen, you know?
they are doing a lot of thirst chasing.
My son is single.
Gerald tries to be a wingman for his son. Gerald and Isaiah club hop. Isaiah gets some attention, which I'm sure had absolutely nothing to do with the camera crew being present. And that's that. Yawn. Back to the Smileys, and even though Elaine just started her volunteer job,
Well, I've been volunteering for about a week.
Gabe is already turning up the heat about her money.
I think this is time for you to go in there, show them you're really skilled, but go get that money.
Like a really, really bad pimp.
You can't be a volunteer forever. Now it's time to earn something.
Okay, Gabriel, I got it.
Gabe the pimp clearly does not have his woman in check, and Elaine sends him away. Smooth, Gabe. We finish up on the Davises, who are on a tour of the Cape Coast Castle and Dungeons. I gotta say, this was some powerful stuff.
Princesses, queen mothers, chiefs, warlords who were taken from their families forcefully and brought here. What we are doing right here, right now, is not just a tour. This is a pilgrimage for Africans from the diaspora.
And Julia was definitely feeling this. She then gets reacquainted with her old friend, Inspiration.
You feel more empowered. You feel like you want to do something. You want to make a change. And I know just the place to look next.
And that is episode 3. I don't know about you, but I am very curious to see what Julia's idea is. Also, where is this fourth family? Anyway, thanks for checking it out, and I'll see you back here for number 4.